I don't know what to say, but I had to go live, so here I am. Okay, so uh, 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 okay, so what do I talk about? Okay, yesterday I was at Starbucks till about one, I think one, to meet a friend, and then from there on I went to a friend's house to work out of there. And while I was working out of there, I realized that I got a lot done, to be honest. And it happened only because I used his house as a cafe. In the sense that while I was working in his bedroom and my other friend was chilling in the hall, I had a second screen and I could go in and out of the room and meet people and talk to them and get chai and get coke and get food and all of that. So I think what I had done was that I made his house my co-working space or my cafe, my Starbucks, and that worked out pretty well. And then evening, another friend joined us, and then we sort of hung for a bit, and then I came back home and slept. So that right. So I think I like the idea of working out of a third place, which is not my home, which is not an office. What could it be? I do not know. One option obviously is this Starbucks. The other option is a co-working space. I wish there was one close to where I lived. And the third option could be these friends' houses, but I cannot go there often because I mean the limit to the limit to the extent which you can sort of lean onto your friends, no. So that my throat needs some bit of. So I often talked about this. I've talked about this in the past. Like this is an idea of blue zone of work, and what this means is that that there are people who there are these zones which are called blue zones of life, wherein people on an average live till about 100 and above, and these places are conducive for that. And then there is better food, better air, better community, and so on and so forth. So that allows them to live for long. Now. Where I live, what I've done is that I've been able to create something called the blue zones of work, wherein my productivity is at the super peak. मतलब आग बंद करके काम कर रहा हूँ मैं, and I can do a lot of work which I would otherwise not be able to do. So Starbucks is like a blue zone of work for me, and I'm sure there are more blue zones of work for other people. Like some people only get to work in a quiet office. Some people get to work in a park. Some people get to wander around and do things. So my point is that that for me, Starbucks is a blue zone of work, and I really want to find more. And the friend's house that I went to yesterday was also one. So I think that's amazing. That I discovered that by accident. It's a happy accident that I had. So that's the thread that I want to tug on and talk about. Apart from this, what else? I mean, apart from this, like let me talk about something personal. I do not know how many people are watching this who know me already, but in the personal conversation, the thought is that I am done with not having a large project to chase. Like for example, I'm obviously helping people with seafooding and on all the work I do. But I think it's about time that I should be able to get to a point wherein I start doing uh, something large with my time in my life. Like, for example, could that be a startup? Could that be a new idea? Could that be a new thing? And one of the things I've been thinking about is uh, can I get, uh, can I get some sort of a uh, idea that I would totally work on? I do not know what that idea is, but that's something that I could think about, and I don't have an answer at this point in time. But if there is something that could hold my attention and tell me that these are the things that I want to work on, I think that would be useful, and I would love to talk about that. So talk about that or find an answer. So that's something that I've been studying to find, and each passing day I look at ideas, and there are like 100 ideas, and thankfully because of Claude I can actually do pilots of those ideas and build those ideas into uh, plus one kind of a conversation. Like, for example, instead of me thinking about the idea and leaning onto my friends who never uh, would prioritize things, I can now prioritize and say, hey, you know what? Let me now go and build this. And that's something that has been useful to me in terms of Claude. Um, okay, this is it. I think I'm rambling now. I'm going to stop and see you around. Thank you so much. Not fun, but at least I got the rep.